This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Corielli and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show. We're back. I'm Pete Corielli, of course. Mr. Sebastian Maniscalco, 7 years going strong, hanging out, doing this together. Bro, I'm not liking the look on your face right now. You look like you're having one of those days where Newsom's getting to you.
Well, first,
Crazy
Go ahead. It is crazy. First, I want to comment on your blue shirt. You're just popping off the screen with this thing. This is you're normally in tonal colors, dark. Now, if this is I don't know if this is you're in a happy spot, but generally don't see you in color.
That's true. It's flannel. It's the time of season. We got snow on the ground here, so I pulled out the flannels. I didn't realize I was popping so much, man. I don't know.
No. It's just it's popping in a good way. So,
all right.
No, listen. I'm resigned to the fact that December is inside. Although I went golfing yesterday with three buddies of mine. The rule out here is you gotta golf with people in your own household. That's the rule, right?
Right.
And apparently nobody told the people that made the rules the reason you golf is to get away from people in your own household, right?
Right? No shit. Good point, bro. Oh, there we go. That's a great one. See, right there, that one alone is going to be better than any fucking late night monologue tonight we're going to see from all you guys. The team of people. The team of people. Teams, folks. Teams. I've seen them. Teams.
So
what do you got, fellas? All right, anyway.
So I don't know if they expect me to round out my foursome with Caruso, Serafina, and my wife. But
by the way, I saw a picture of Caruso the other day. Looks like a mini you. Bypass cute went direct to handsome. You know, I mean, he looks fantastic. I mean, your daughter's adorable too, of course. But
no, listen, I gotta piggyback on that. And this kid is, first of all, he's got beautiful textured hair, which I never had. His hair.
Doing is it a natural kind of push up in the middle, or are you giving him a little like
Lana gives him a little pompadour 1950s style, right?
All right.
But he's got the type of hair, and you got thick hair too. I've always had very thin, fine hair, and it's very hard to get my hair to lay a certain way without, a lot of molding gel or paste, if you will. But Caruso's hair, you run your hand through his hair, it's like gets stuck. It's just
nice. It's lost, as a woman would say. It gets lost up there. My fingers, my pinky can't find my thumb. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're going to have to, sooner than later, you're going to have the talk with him where you're like, you got to be extra nice, because when you're that good looking, people just assume you're not going to be nice. So then when you are, holy shit, he's nice too. Oh, God. That's, what I was thinking about Caruso when I saw a picture of him the other day, though? It would be interesting if I had a son and if I raised my son in California. There's going to be parts of him that are so West Coast that, like, we were never born with. Like I could picture Caruso coming back to Chicago to see Grandpa, like, when he's 16 and it's snowing, and he's like, oh, God, I hate this snow. Like just because he's born and lived in California, or maybe into surfing. What? When we grew up, nobody surfed, it's just different stuff out West.
I got to tell you, I think the contrary. I think he's going to come back to Chicago, hop out of the car, and go, "Hey, Grandpa, we'll build a snowman."
So you think he's got more East Coast in him, even though he's living West Coast?
I'm going to beat the East Coast Midwest thing into him, where he's not going to know what hit him. Yeah, he's going to grow up in the West Coast, but I'll tell you what, he's going to definitely have. He's tougher than me already, anyway. If you would look at it, you would think I grew up in the West Coast.
Well, bro, I lived out there for a year, and Jackie would pick me up from the airport, and we'd go straight to Manhattan Beach so I could boogie board. I was getting into it. I mean, and you're talking about tough. I wouldn't. You ever see those surfers when they come out of the water and they got beef with you from something that happened in the water and now they're on the sand? Oh my God, I wouldn't want to fuck with one of those guys. You know? So I'm telling you, you know, he's gonna go home and enjoy Chicago, but this boy is gonna be a West Coast dude, man. It's where he's born and raised. I'm not talking about the cheesy parts of know, that we joke about. I'm talking about the cool part of California, the land.
Well, that's why I don't surf. You know, to your point, I feel if I ever got in the water with a bunch of surfers, that since I don't know what I'm doing, I would screw it up for the rest of the surfers. For example,
and you'd have the best shit out there too. You'd have like the best board.
Yeah, I'm geared up, but I don't know what I'm doing, right? But I feel like if I started surfing, I catch a couple waves, then I'd feel that sharks would start circling, right? And the surfers would be like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, guys, is there normally sharks in the water?" They're like, "No." And then they're like, "Wait a minute, you got cologne on?" And I go, "Yeah, no, you're not supposed to wear cologne. It attracts a shark."
The fishermen actually used that shit to catch the sharks. Oh shit! By the way, if you were out there with them, right, and you just see one shark fin like 150 yards, 100 yards away, and it's going in the other direction. There's like, are you a pussy if you paddle in?
Pussy, you paddle in. You'll never see me in the water again.
Fuck, that's insane, right? Like, what do you think? Just go keep an eye on that, fellas. A great white was over there, but he looks like he's just out for a swim. Holy shit.
Well, you know, I've been, for our honeymoon, Lana and I went on a boat ride in the Amalfi coast, and the guy stops the boat. He's like, "Yeah, hop in." And my first question is, "Any sharks here?"
Right.
You know?
100%.
And the answer always is, "Nah, they don't come over here." Now, it's not like... Like, how do they know? Like, if a shark is swimming through the water and they go, "Hey, see what's going on." I never go over there. Let me see what's going on over there.
There's a difference between not and can't, you know? Right? They're not over here. No, they can't get over here. There's a barrier that they can't get. That's what I want to hear. Yeah, right? It's like, I walk my dog the same spot every morning, bro, and then once in a blue moon, after like doing it for 2-3 weeks straight, it'll decide it's going to go up into the woods in an area it never went before. That's the shark going to where you're swimming. It's going to get fucking bored one day and swim over there and check out that fucking greasy Italian leg dangling.
That's what I'm saying, you know, like
Totally.
if the guy was, "Hey, listen, in this water, the temperature is such where they can't withstand this type of temperature, so they don't come over here." Fine. Don't blanket statement the whole shark community and say that they don't come over here.
Right. Well, one came over years ago and spread the word that it was boring, nothing to see over here, and they never been back. Yeah, right? Like, you know, sharks. I love that shit, right? When they tell you that shit. I mean, I saw a dolphin fin once, and we thought it was a shark for a half a second, and someone told us it was just a dolphin. But even that, you know, scared the shit out of me. It made me realize how I'd really feel if there was a shark, and it was scary. Holy shit, I don't know.
No,
have you ever seen a shark in the water?
No, I've never seen a shark in the water. I've seen dolphins, and I mean, dolphins, you grow up kind of with the sense that they're smart, they're intelligent, they're not killers. I mean, the mouth itself, I feel like if a dolphin grabbed a hold of my arm, I feel like I could shag it off with just one quick. I feel like if a shark got a hold of me, I just say take the arm. I mean, there's nothing I could do, right?
Right. Well, yeah. But I mean, so you're saying, yeah, absolutely. But let's say you're dead in water up to your waist, all right? And 30 yards out, you see speeding towards you a shark, and then another situation, a dolphin. You think with the dolphin, you're going to be way less scared about what's about to happen?
listen, I'm running either way. I don't want to fuck with either of them.
Right.
But if you said there's a dolphin coming right your way, my run probably wouldn't be as fast if you said there's a killer shark in the water.
Right. My dolphin run would probably be running, but still looking behind me to see what the cute fella's doing. With the shark, it's just fucking look at that sand and fucking pray and motor, man. Don't look back, right? Yeah. God damn, what are we still doing going in this shit? And why aren't we? I'm sorry, man. If I was president, I would say let's go on we're gonna go on a world shark hunt. we're gonna make the waters nicey nice. Moving on, just get rid of them all.
Oh, jeez.
Wipe them out. Wipe them out. What? Why?
Oh, God. They're part of the ecosystem. Why, we're going to get rid of them so we can go for a swim?
So I can take a dip off the Amalfi coast without shitting in my fucking bathing suit. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, this is the beauty of the show. You just say shark on one and then we do a 7-minute diatribe on it. It's unbelievable. Oh, is it on?
I already wrote the game plan too because I have it all planned out for pit bulls. So we'll just use that and do it for the water. By the way, listen. I saw, and I'll leave out on this, but I saw me and Sadie. I was trying to show a pit bull and tell her about it, and a guy was walking one the other day, and I can't get up and do too much. But dude, it's always this. It's always this like. They're never walking it there. It's always pulling them and they're pulling it back, right? What are you getting out of any of that?
And listen, I posted something on Pit Bulls. This was about probably 6 or 7 months ago. I think it was us talking about them. And then you get these people that love Pit Bulls and they say they're the best dogs ever. But to your point, I equate the Pit Bull to a shark with a leash.
I'm sorry. I'm right there with you. I mean,
it's aggressive. It moves in a way that to someone who doesn't know the dog, the person is definitely on guard. I know I am, and maybe this is media hype, or maybe this is what the public is led to believe. But they have like an aggressive walk to them. And I'll leave it at that.
I'm telling Sadie, I'll take it as far as saying that man is walking a loaded gun. He may as well just be walking a loaded gun right now. Safety off. All right, anyway, and I'll leave it at that too. Where are we going with this puppy?
Where are we going? All right. Last night, let's just get right into it. We did a FaceTime off air, which we generally don't do. Listen, you were watching The Pretender, the documentary about the guy who thinks he's Stallone. All right. Now, can we get your review? Did you watch the entire thing?
Oh, yeah. Watch the whole thing. First of all, I want to get into, I texted you with a video saying I'm watching it. I'm sitting on the couch with Jackie, got the tree up. And then you call FaceTime, right? Bro, breaking protocol. I mean, I had my glasses on. I took my glasses off to make that video to you. So then when you FaceTime me, you can't be seeing me with my glasses on. I was like couch nesting, you know what I'm saying? So I pulled my glasses off. I couldn't even see you with Lana. I'm just holding the phone up like this, trying to be cool. Jackie's in an Afghan. Bro, we look 20 years older than we are when we get settled in on the couch.
No, I gotta tell you, it's because this is the first thing I told Lana as soon as the call ended. I gotta tell you, your couch nest, looked so comfortable. There was it looked like layers of blanketing. I mean, I don't know if that's a one large blanket you had, but the damn thing looked like it was 38 feet long.
It's a really long couch. Jackie likes to lay. You didn't even see the dog was under one of those blankets there hanging out. We just got the tree up, which was a nightmare. And then I'm looking at it, and I got my goddamn glasses on. Like I said, I look like a dork. I go to Jackie. He's FaceTiming me, and she goes, "Well, you just fucking sent him a video." So I whip off the glasses. So then I want to look at your daughter, and I got the phone up here because I can't even see without my glasses.
Man,
she probably thought I was nuts. Anyway, so we were talking about the movie you said to watch, the documentary people called The Pretender, and it's about this guy that loves Sylvester Stallone and Rocky specifically, and has morphed his life into that. All right.
Yeah.
I got to start by saying, can I say what you sent me? You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the guy got a hold of you, and and like you said in the documentary, he seems like a really nice guy, and his wife too. Yeah. So, and then he got a hold of you, so he listens to the cast. Which, by the way, who doesn't?
Or somebody he knows listens to the cast. So go ahead.
Oh, well, yeah, but he did say in the note that you went easy on him. I appreciate you. I thought you were going to go off on me, but you were really nice, and I appreciate that, right?
Yeah,
Anyway, he listened, so now it makes it kind of hard, but, it was just, I'll just tell one for the people at home, and then this will sum up, all right?
Yeah, this one is funny.
This one, all right, the guy feels like he's Rocky, and then that morphed into Stallone and all Stallone characters. And then when Rambo came out, the guy lives in Scranton, Pennsylvania, by the way, where Biden's from. And he shows him in the video, I don't want to give too much away, folks, but it's a woodsy area, and he goes, coincidentally, it looked a lot like where Rambo runs, hides out in the woods. So, sometimes I like to dress up in the same outfit Stallone wore in Rambo, which is like, you want to say, so you dressed up like Rambo. Okay. And then, I run around in the woods and I light little fires, and I'll just sit by the fire and I'll put a hot dog on a stick, and I cook hot dogs in the stick dressed as Rambo in the woods in Scranton, Pennsylvania as an adult with permed hair that I got permed to match Stallone's hair with the bandana and everything. All right. So.
Okay. All right. Listen. There's a lot of extremes in the movie that this guy is doing. All right, that's one of them. I mean, listen, he's in the woods knocking down hot dogs. All right, I'm just saying. I was telling you this last night. By the way, and this guy, what's his name? Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Mike, if you're listening, listen, there's not going to be no interview with me about you and Rambo. We're just talking about the movie, all right? We're not going to sit down and have a cup of coffee and take a photo for your wall. But, all right? I was just commenting.
Wall, folks who haven't seen the movie, a special wall that all of the special moments.
Yeah. So I was just saying that the guy had a passion for something and nothing else, and he took that passion and he made something out of it. He's doing the Philadelphia Rocky tours, right? Now, at the end, what'd you think about the ending?
When he was, well, I don't want to give it away, but whatever.
With the credits rolling.
When he was talking to Stallone.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild when he finally got a chance to talk to Stallone, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it ends with the Stallone got the book.
But when he was talking to Stallone, though, but he did, okay. But in the movie, he was like, his wife gets on and she goes, he's not a crazy fan. I mean, he's a fan and he is kind of crazy, but he's not a crazy fan. And then he goes on to say, I'm not friends with Stallone, not yet. But if I could just sit down and just have a beer with Stallone, that's like, so it's nuts. That's beyond, it's an obsession with one guy. So then at the end, when he's talking to Stallone, Stallone's up against the wall on location. And, it's like, he got him for like 5 minutes up against the wall on his way to the set. But,
Hey, listen, the way I look at it is Stallone got the book, took a picture with the book, and, took some time out to talk to this guy. So if he's good enough for Stallone, it's good enough for me.
Dude, this is... All right, Mike, I got to listen. I got to be honest about it. It's bizarre. All of his outfits, folks, he only wears outfits that Stallone ever wears. And he's getting interviewed, and he's got a nice normal T-shirt on. And he goes, even this is, remember when Stallone wore this in Get Carter or something like that or whatever it was, So His wife must be like, oh God, I hope today he wears a normal Stallone shirt. not the Judge Dredd suit. Then when what kind of was so uncomfortable, like to the level of when I watched that Michael Jackson video, and maybe part of this too is because it felt similar to when we first would do comedy, awful gigs. When he went to that diner that had Stallone night in Ohio. Oh my God. Yeah. Holy. It was so.
We didn't even talk about this, right?
No.
Just to set the table for the listeners. This guy gets hired at this Italian restaurant, and they have a Stallone night. And this guy in Ohio, he shows up dressed as Stallone out of, I think it was Rocky 1 with the hat and the fucking racquetball, whatever the hell he had.
Checked out the town before the show. I mean, we're talking like not even Steubenville, Ohio. This is like fucking Nowhereville, Ohio. And he's like on camera going, you know, normally I would never be here. Why would I ever come to Ohio? But now I'm here and it's great to get out and see a beautiful place. He was so excited. He went early to the diner before the show, to the restaurant to check it out.
But didn't you have flashbacks, like you said in the beginning of this, of doing a gig when your first time out, and you go to the club, you look at like, oh, okay, this is the seats, this is the flyers, and you kind of check it out before you get up on stage. Now, what he's doing table work. He's going table to table. People are eating fucking mustacholi and shit.
But the thing is, what I compare it to, because I've had these kind of gigs, is see, like he would go up to the table and he goes, so you got to be honest with me, folks. He's dressed as Stallone. He's saying to the people eating, right? They're trying to ignore him, hoping he'd go away. And then he goes, are you here because it's Stallone night, or you just here for the food? And they go, just the food. And now he's just standing there dressed as Stallone. And he's like, well, Mr. Honest, you know? And he shuffles off. And I'm like, oh my God. So what I'm saying is I've had those, I told Jackie, I go, I've had those kind of gigs where I get paid to do comedy, and they don't even know. Like I did a wedding once. I told the story to Jackie last night. Some guy was giving me, I was, young, $250. He's like, my family's having a wedding. I want you to come and do like 20 minutes on the middle of the dance floor, but it's a surprise. My brother's getting married and it's a surprise to him. Right? So I'm like, wait, so nobody knows I'm going to be doing stand-up? And he's like, no, but they're going to love it, man. Just do what you did when I saw you at the Comedy Cellar. And I was young, So, and you need the 250. You need the 250, right? So I go there, and long story short, I got the mic, and even the DJ didn't want to stop the show and have me do it because he's getting paid. And he's like, all right. And I take the mic, and the guy introduces me, and everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck? They don't want me there. Someone even yells out, put the music on. And then I'm just trying to plow through it for my money. Nobody's listening, eating, talking. The camera guy is walking by me with the big camera. It even had that lamp thing for reflection.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, here comes the camera guy. And he holds it up and fake hits me with it like this. And I go like that. And then he just keeps walking, and everybody claps and cheers. And I go, what the fuck? And I just give the mic back to the DJ, and I go up to the dude, and I'm like, dude, I mean, the fucking guy he fake hit me with the camera. And he's like, I'm really sorry. Don't go over bad. Don't worry. Just give me my money, dude. And then I was, out the door, and it was like outskirts of Manhattan. So I was like on a fucking train 5 minutes later. And I'm like, oh my God. But you shake it off. You get back into the comedy club.
Totally. And by him doing that Rocky night, definitely brought back those types of memories for me too. I had a gig similar, not quite. I mean, listen, once you hear wedding and they don't know performance is coming, it's like it's a recipe for disaster. Anytime you get a gig, and this is for young comedians out there, anytime they say, listen, we want you to do comedy in. After that is,
Yeah. And let me tell you something too, man. when they don't know comedy is coming, I personally have never had an experience in my entire life where I said to myself, boy, a comedy show right about now would be great. You know, right? It's like, who the hell ever would want an improv to comedy show that they're not expecting?
I had this shit happen to me in Dallas, Texas. Yeah. Early on in my career, I got hired to do a fundraiser at the House of Blues. It was Mark Cuban was doing this thing, right? And they wanted me to open the show. They had Counting Crows, I think, was the musical act. But if you've ever been to a House of Blues,
it's a little bit better than my wedding gig guy.
Yeah, no. No, you would think. But the House of Blues was set up with a buffet, people mingling, walking around, no seats, right? And then I go up. No introduction, nothing. I go, no, just go out there and go ahead. Okay. I come out, spotlight. Hey, everybody. And you ever do a show where you like people turn around like they're like, what's going on? Like, oh, is this an auction? Like
listen, another rule. As the young comedian, when you have to gather the crowd with the mic yourself to start the show, everybody gather around, and then you have to tell them. Did you have to tell them I'm a comedian, Sebastian Maniscalco?
I skipped right over that because I was like, in the back of my head, even though I was nobody, I was like, I played Dallas 4 or 5 times. They might know me.
Why not, right? Oh, Jesus.
So I go out there and I get these head turns and I go, hey, and then I go into my act and they turn back to whatever they were doing and talking. I'm doing a joke. The guy is at the buffet and he's shoveling food. Like when you're talking and it's not even registering at all with anybody.
Yeah.
It's a terrible
Messes
feeling.
Messes up your timing.
Oh, there's no timing. There's no timing because you go, okay, normally I'll leave some room for laughs here, right? And then you say it, no laughs. You get right back up on the horse.
Oh, God.
So, anyway, I'm glad you watched it. Thanks for participating in our little experiment for that. Let's talk about the Christmas tree. What happened? Why was it a nightmare?
Oh, all right. So we went real. We drive to the place. I'll keep it as short as I can, but we drive to the place. I thought we were going to a place we'd already cut down. Jackie says, no, we're going to cut it ourselves, right? So you go to this place. Every tree is $40. The guy hands you a saw, and you go off into his field, and you cut a tree, and then he gives you a number, and you text him, and you tell him what area you're in, and then he comes with a 4-wheeler and picks up the tree, right?
Dude.
Oh my God! So I'm underneath. I gotta send you the photo. Jackie and Sadie are laughing their asses off. I'm underneath the trunk. It's fucking half a foot of snow, sap coming down, and I'm trying to get it, but now the blade's getting stuck because the tree's leaning back on it. So I got them pushing. And then Jackie's like, you want us to just call the guy? So then I'm like, I'm not going. My daughter's going to be like, my dad got halfway through the tree and we called the guy. So whatever. We get it down. The guy comes. We get home with it. We get it inside. It's so big. It takes us the whole night to get it in. We don't even undo it. The stand won't hold it. So Jackie and I, we don't know what to do. And she's like, get a bucket. We get a big bucket. We put bricks in the bucket. We put the thing in there, and then when we finally cut it open, it's half of it is dead, right? Leaves in and shit, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't notice all this, Jack. This thing is so dry, it's gonna burn out. We're not putting lights on this. We're gonna start a fire. It's fucking insane. Sadie starts crying, Mommy, get rid of it. It's going to start a fire. It's going to start a fire. And Jackie's like, we're not getting rid of it. I'm not putting that fake tree back up. We brought it all the way in. We're using this one. And I'm like, whatever. It's a tinderbox. This is insane, you know? so Sadie's crying like crazy. And then Jackie's like, Pete, cut the shit. It's not going to burn down. It's only going to have lights on when we're home. It's going to be fine. So then I'm like, all right, Sadie, it's going to be fine, Sadie, but forget it. She's crying like crazy. And I wanted to ask you that. Have you Because then I'm like, I can't. Then I go to her, Sadie, it's not going to burn down. Calm down. I was exaggerating. I go to your room until you calm down. So Jackie's looking at me and she goes, Guy, we're putting up a tree and you're sending it to a room. You just told her the house is going to burn down. I go, now I'm telling her it's not. So have you done that yet where you got the belief in Serafina that like maybe that Lana doesn't want you to have in her, like like, oh, if you put your foot in the water, a shark's gonna get you, and why are you telling her that?
No, I haven't had that yet. There's been no. The only thing we're really lying to her about is this Elf on the Shelf and Santa Claus right now, which which there's been no, like, hey, growing up, there was get back from the TV. Or your eyes are gonna, you're gonna go blind or something like that. Right. I haven't used any of those techniques with her yet. Because to be honest with you, I think she's smart enough to see right through it. If I told her, get back from the TV, you're gonna go blind, she'd go, yeah, right. So I don't think there's anything I could tell her that she, would believe.
Well, you got all right. The other day, Sadie, her showers are annoying. They take too long sometimes. So she's in there, and I go, "Let's go." And she's like, "I'm almost done," And I go, "All right. If you use too much hot water, though, the town calls up and they say who's using all the hot water." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "There's only a certain amount for everyone in the town. What do you think they can just heat water endlessly? If one house starts using too much, they're like, you're being selfish." I didn't know that, Dad. Well, now usually isn't a deal because, it's a lot. You get a lot per house, but you're getting close to the limit. And she gets the fuck out of the shower.
Oh, God.
So then, all right, we finally get this goddamn piece of shit tree up. And then once it's up, I'm telling Jackie it's not going to stay up. It's going to fall. And she's like, we're going with it. I don't care. I go, all right, well, we got cables. Let's put cables, like you said with your dad with the thing last week, into the side of the window frame. And she's like, I don't think it needs it. I really don't, Pete. And I'm like, Jack, it doesn't need it right now, but I'm telling you, man. And she's like, I think we're fine. Let's just, okay, all right, fine. So we get the lights on, which take forever. It's a big tree. Then we start decorating it. Now it's almost all decorated. Now I'm in the other room, vacuuming, doing the dishes, getting everything tight so we can enjoy the tree. All of a sudden you hear boom, and Sadie screaming, ah! So I go running in. The whole fucking tree fell on my kid. She was underneath putting one ornament on. The whole thing fell on it. And Jackie catches it and is pulling it off of her. And Sadie's crying. Her face is all red from the needles.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, we're taking it down. That's it. We're getting rid of it. We're taking it down. Twist it around, lean it against the wall, and let's order the pizza, and we'll deal with it tomorrow. So we turn it around. Some ornaments start falling. Like, you ever, get to the point where your wife has been wrong so many times that, in that moment that, when you finally take over, even she lets you take over? All right, so we turn around, ornaments start falling off, we lean it up, we get the pizza, we eat. Then afterwards, Jackie's like, let's try the cable, and we turn it, and we finally get it right. And then, I don't know, maybe a half hour later, you called. But, dude, soup to nuts, 2 full days from the time we went to get the tree to getting it up. Now, there's a pandemic, there's nothing else to do, but still, and 3 different times while we're putting it up, I'm telling Jackie, let's get the fake one, let's get the fake one, let's get the fake one. So then it took us forever to get the outdoor lights up and shit. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Well, is this thing still a tinderbox? How do you get a tree that's half dead?
No, listen, it had snow on it and everything else. And when we first put it up, we didn't unwrap it the first night. And we put it in a tree stand and leaned it against the wall. And the tree stand, I filled it up with 3 cups, And then I went to bed. And then the next morning, I went and we did a bunch of stuff. And about noon, I said to Jackie, oh, shit, before we work on the tree, I should probably put some water in it before we... And bone dry. I go, holy shit, this thing sucked that water up probably a half hour after I walked away last night. So then I loaded it up, but once you let it dry out, it gets a little rough, man. So I wanted to give it a spritz. I said to Jackie, let's spray the whole tree with water. And that's another thing too. When the tree fell on Sadie and when we got it back up, we have a bucket with the bricks and that fell over and all the water fell. And we had lights around the bottom, like by the nativity. So Jackie starts yelling, we're going to get electrocuted because we're all barefoot. We're going to get electrocuted. Somebody grab the outlet. So it's like, and now Sadie's crying. We're going to get, so like every fucking half hour, we got this kid thinking she's going to die, you know? And she gets anxiety, but she's got to learn the Italian way, you know? Like that's what you do. You exaggerate a situation.
Yeah, no, listen, that's exactly what, you do in an Italian household. You scare the shit out of the kid to no end, and they walk around in fear their entire life.
That's it, man. That's it. That's what we do. That's what we do. By the way, with that, I want to say one last thing. With the guy with the who wants to be Rocky, who do we know, bro, that has something, because I said to Jackie, how much fun can I make fun of this guy when one of my closest friends has a similar problem like that?
Who?
DJ Lou Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, he don't go around dressing like him, does he?
If he looked like Eddie Vedder, he would. He would dress more like Eddie Vedder. But, I mean, he legitimately saves up his money, and all of his vacations are to go where Pearl Jam is playing. I think it's gotten to the point where Eddie Vedder, notices him in the crowd. Like, oh, there's the two bald brothers. Yeah. I'm serious.
Oh, man.
So, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So, yeah, I mean, he does have an obsession with Eddie Vedder. I get it, but this whole thing. This is on another level, man. Hot dogs in the wilderness is a whole different thing.
And do you not call the cops if you're in the wood with your kid, and then even if you don't have the knife or the gun, he's just dressed like Rambo eating a hot dog? Isn't that enough to call the cops and go, listen? I mean, this guy's dressed like Rambo. The cops go, well, how dressed? He's got the makeup to look muddy and like smoky.
I gotta tell you, those are two good scenes in movie history. Rambo, where he puts the mud on and that's all you see is the white of his eyes, right?
Yeah.
I think that was Rambo, right? Because there's another movie when Schwarzenegger did it in the movie Predator. Remember when he
that's where I remember it from.
He goes and then he opens up the eyes and the I think the Predator's right here.
Martin Sheen, I kind of remember that too in Apocalypse Now, coming out of the mud and just opening his eyes, man.
Yeah, that's a good look in a film. I did Jay Leno's Garage on Friday, right?
Nice, dude.
I gotta tell you, have you ever met Jay Leno?
Yeah, I did the Tonight Show with him, and he came and sat with me for 45 minutes in the green room. So nice.
Nice guy. I've done his show many a time, and I didn't really get a chance to really get to know him like I did on this car show. We met at the Roosevelt Hotel. We didn't go to the garage, but this guy's got 198 cars.
Holy shit.
So the cars we drove, he drove a 58 Hudson, and I drove a 49 Hudson. Now, Hudson was a car manufacturer in the, I think, early 20s, and I think they went defunct around 62 or 63. What they gave me to drive was like I said, 49, but the interior, the engine were all redone. So it's modern. So there's a 600 horsepower Corvette engine in this thing, right?
Oh my God.
Everything is modern, but the body isn't. So it looks like it was when it came off the showroom floor, but it's got a Vet engine, it's got alligator interior. $400,000 the car, right?
Jesus.
because of COVID, I'm going to drive and he's going to drive. We're going to do the interview in 2 cars, right? I don't know about you, but you ever drive a car that's not yours and you just don't know it? You just don't know the car.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So when I got in the car, I noticed that the seat's a bench seat. It was too far up. And when I put my by the way,
Yeah.
I've gained some weight during this pandemic, and I'm wearing a suit for this thing because he wants to do a throwback to the 50s. So come in a suit, hat, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Put the suit on, right? And I'm like, Jesus. I put this thing on in 9 months, right? And I don't know, because you're a skinny guy, but I don't know if you still have this problem. I don't remember it being a huge problem to put a suit jacket on, right?
Right.
When I was in my 20s, I put the jacket, I took this, and I put it on, right?
Yeah.
So now I get like stuck, like my shoulder don't work to get it. I need somebody to help me.
Yeah. You don't even have the flexibility anymore to take the right arm far enough back to get it. And then when you do get it in, I know what you're saying. Now I don't got enough room in the suit to pull forward to get the landing when it lands on the shoulders. Like, I'm with you. It's totally true. It's like, holy shit.
I haven't had a landing since 93 on the suit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where you just put it on. It's like literally one motion and boom, you're going. This is, it lands and the lapel is, I got to straighten it out. So
then you gotta. I'm not gonna button it, but I want to see if I could button it if I wanted to button it. Oh, okay, that's a little right.
Oh man, you know it doesn't fit as soon as you take the button and the hole. As soon as you take it, I don't even have to bring it over. The feeling on this ain't gonna work.
just docked. Just docked on each side. The shit's already tight. The thought of pulling them together. Holy goddamn! And that flexibility is no joke. Because now when I drive, I can't turn my head. I almost hit a guy in the driveway the other day because I can't. Like that's as far as I can go. So you add that to a suit jacket. Yeah, man. So now. Can't you say to Leno, like, I'll give you I'll have Lana give you my measurements, we'll measure me, and, make me a suit.
Yeah, listen, they don't got a suit budget on the show.
You got 198 cars. By the way, are they all registered? Like, literally?
Yeah.
Oh.
He told me 198 registered vehicles. So I know it's $1,200 to register my car a year. So what does he got?
Wow.
$200,000 in registered.
What? Does he have a what do you call it? A DMV in his own home? Like literally. We just got one guy permanently on the Leno residence.
Wow, so I go to this thing. I get in the car and I don't know how to move the bench seat up and back. I just don't know how to do it. So I got a pair of Ferragamo shoes, right? That I've had for quite some time. And my big toe, the knuckle, is swollen. I got arthritis, right? So when I put on a shoe on my right foot, it's snug opposed to my left foot. So the Ferragamo shoe is narrow. So I put this thing on right away. Right away when I put the shoe on at the house, I go, I'm gonna be limping all day.
Oh God, you're like one of the ugly sisters in fucking Snow White or Cinderella, right? When she don't want to admit it don't fit. Hey, listen, honey, that shit don't fit. You're not the gal. You're not the girl. You're not the girl.
Yeah, I shoved it in, because I have no real good alternative for the suit I was wearing. So I'm like, I got to make these work. So I had the foot on the brake, and I go, my foot was cramping up. Everything is tight. Everything I got on is tight. Now I'm driving a car that's worth $400,000. I go.
I took that with an interview.
I took the shoe off. I took the shoe off in the car while I was driving. At the stop sign, I told Jay, I got to take the shoe off. He goes, what? I go, I got to drive with my sock on. I go.
Holy shit. Oh, God. Did you tell him because I got arthritis in my thumb?
I got arthritis in my big toe. He goes, what are you? I go, listen, I don't want to slip off the brake or slip. You know, like it was one of those shoes where if you're putting it on a foreign brake pedal or gas pedal, you know, you just don't know. It might, you know, I might go for the brake, it slip, I hit the gas, and I go right through Leno's back end. So I go, I'm going to do this in a sock, so I got feeling on the pedals. And I go, it's the first time you've had anybody on your show driving half dressed. I was going to take my shirt off in the car. It was getting so. This thing's got air conditioning for 49.
But were you driving with the jacket on?
Yeah, I had the jacket on, the whole thing. Oh, it was uncomfortable, man. I mean, because.
Holy shit! Now, where were you guys driving on regular roads?
Hollywood Boulevard, that loop, you know, where the Kodak Theater is, down to Fairfax, take a left on Fairfax, go down Hollywood. So we did like a loop.
Now, blocked off as far as like.
No, blocked off.
Bro, that's one of the most congested areas of all of Los Angeles. In a $400,000 car, barefoot like Lori Petty in fucking Point Break, driving home from the beach. Right? That's what the chicks do. They drive barefoot after the beach. It's like crazy. Foot on the gas. I always need a shoe sole. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, you feel naked when you're driving with no shoes. And by the way, pandemic, really no traffic at all. And every stoplight, Jay's getting hounded, right? He'll pull up to a stoplight. Plus, we got the SUV with the big crane camera hanging off it.
Oh, okay.
Getting the exterior shots, and it says Jay Leno's garage on the side of the car. So people, and plus Jay's got his hair is famous. You know, you see,
it is. It's been great since he was 30, right?
You see this big head with white hair. It's like, oh, it's Jay Leno. So I saw something I've never seen before, and this really goes to the evolution of the iPhone.
Yeah.
Or cameras on the phone. Jay Leno's at a stoplight. Bus pulls up. A city bus pulls up next to Jay Leno, and the city bus is going to turn left. I'm sitting there, and Jay and I are talking. I go, Jay, what's going on with this bus? The doors open of the bus. The bus driver comes out with his camera. Go, Jay Leno, say something. I go, Jay, is that the bus driver? He goes, yeah, it's a bus driver. Now. I've never seen a bus driver leave the bus driver's seat until he gets off the bus to go home, right?
100%. He left the passengers on an unattended bus to get a photo with Leno.
Someone could have took the bus, kicked him out, and he's. By the way, I just did a kick and I'm barefoot, so my bottom of my foot's gonna be on the camera.
Oh shit!
For the show. Oh my god,
that's a
totally
freeze frame for people at home, bro. You're doing the show barefoot. That makes me very uncomfortable.
I didn't know that. I got slippers on, but I took it out of the slipper to do the kick because the slipper was. Anyway,
holy shit.
Point of the story is Jay and I, this is like a 4.5 hour shoot. Jay is one of those comedians like yourself that you can hang out with, and he's like funny. He's just like a funny guy. You know, some comedians, when you talk to him off stage, they're not fun. You know, they're like, I don't know. Some of them are just not funny.
Yeah, he's a regular guy. He talks and he's like, bah, bah, bah. Yeah, you know.
He's got funny stories. You know, just he's worked with everybody in the business. He knows everybody in the business, and just like he has jokes. He's a comedian that knows jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He's like, oh, you golf? I go, yeah. He goes, so you know the golf jokes, right? And I said, no. He goes, all right, let me tell you a few. And, you know, and he knows how to set the joke up. You ever hear somebody tell you a joke and they don't know, they just don't know the cadence of it. Like, if you tell a joke and I go tell that joke to somebody else, I will automatically know the beats of the joke.
Right.
But people who tell jokes just to tell jokes, you ever listen to a joke and you don't know if you should be laughing, if like the joke's over? Because just the way the person's telling it.
Oh, God, yeah. I expect that more often than not when I hear a joke. Like that, I'm not going to realize, like, just realize when he stops talking, it ended, because I'm probably not going to laugh.
Yeah, right. Or he'll leave a big pause, and you're like, "Oh, is that?" And I'll have to fake laugh, and he goes, "No, it's not over yet." And I go, "Oh no, oh God, it's not over yet." Sometimes I don't even listen to the joke. You ever like tune out?
Well, like, no, I mean I try to listen to it.
Oh no. So, listen, there's an attention span somebody has for a joke. When you start like doing like a 3.5 minute joke, I'm sorry. Yeah. If you can't tell me a joke in under a minute, I'm tapping out.
Well, but it depends on who's telling it, man. You know.
Yeah. I mean, if you got a professional comedian telling it, yeah. I'm all in. You got Frank from accounting doing it? I'm out.
Well, what I'll do is I'll tell Frank that, listen, guy, is this getting to the point yet? Because you're losing me. I'll give Frank that much, you know. But no, I hear you. Sometimes a joke, the best part of it is the person telling it. You know what I mean? Not even the punch.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah, it was really cool to hang out with him.
That's cool.
Great.
When is that going to air? Do you know?
It's in May. Okay. May of 2021.
Yeah, so, Leno knows even when I sat with him, I was like, oh, I played a comedy cell, and boom, right away, he knows all about that. But he knows every comedy club, every, that's been around, real comic, comics comic, you know?
Yeah,
Leno?
definitely. Cool cat. So
that's really awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was good to get out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can I ask you about the Discovery thing? Do you mind me?
Yeah, so that came out last week. Discovery Plus, which is going to be a new streaming service, and they got 7 or 8 different channels that are under their umbrella. Food Network and to name one of them.
Food Network, I think HG
Discovery,
Travel Channel.
HG Travel, yeah. And they're going to have original content, and I am doing my own show on there. Basically, it's a food show, 13 episodes.
Nice.
Around food. It's basically, we're going to cover everything from etiquette to food and technology, food and kids, food and fitness. And we're shooting that in January, and it'll probably come out later.
Cool. I thought maybe it was going to be more of just a cooking show, so it's going to be all about food. And
this is. I should preface it by saying this is not a food show where we're going to make something. I'm going to taste it, and I'm going to go, oh my God, the crunch. Oh my God, this is not that. This is. I've been going through a lot of drive-thrus lately, right? Because you get the kids, you go to Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out.
Right.
And Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out, they have the drive-thru is unbelievable. I don't know if you've been. They got the guys in the parking lot. You ever been in a drive-thru where they don't wait for you to come up to the intercom? They come to you. It's like a personal waiter at the side of the.
You were telling us that on one of the previous casts.
Yeah, but so we're gonna like dissect the drive-thrus of what's going on with drive-thrus and how they've progressed throughout the years. Who's got the best drive-thru? Maybe take a guy from In-N-Out, bring him over to McDonald's, have him critique the drive-thru. So it's gonna center around food, and we're gonna have some fun with it.
I'll give you one. When I get up to the drive-thru, right? How soon am I in front of that speaker before I'm hearing a voice? Because sometimes if I'm there too long, I'm like, is this thing broken? Do I have to put it in park and go knock on the window? I pull up, come to a stop, voice.
Okay, let me tell you something what happened to me on last week, Saturday morning. Stopped by a Starbucks early in the morning, drive-thru, right? I pull up. As soon as I pull up, hello, welcome to Starbucks. How may I help you? Right. As soon as I pull up, I said, yeah, I'll have a grande coffee with 3 Splenda non-fat milk. Throw a couple shots of hazelnut in there. Oh, 1 grande coffee, Splenda, hazelnut, and non-fat milk. Please pull up. $3.83. So
I love it. No fat.
No fat. No nothing. It was so. I thought it was a robot. So I was like, did they eliminate human beings on a drive-thru? Because, with voice recognition and what have you, maybe it's a computer taking the order. Really? So I pull up to the woman, and she gives me the coffee. You ever talk to the person who's giving you the food and completely throw off their day because they never get talked to? Like, it's always,
I don't know, man. I mean,
it's very transactional, that job. $6.82. Here's your food. Got a straw. You ever go outside of that though? Go outside of the actual situation and ask them a question. They really can't even, because they're used to straw,
right?
Extra cup. That's all they hear all day long. I go up to the girl. I go, I thought you were a robot. What? Yeah, no, I said, you were so efficient in the way you took my order. I thought it was a voice-activated machine.
Yeah.
She goes, no, like she couldn't even compute that. I was talking to her about something completely off the reservation.
Right.
But then she finally got it. She's like, oh, thank you so much. Like, it was like, it made her day that I told her that she sounds so good and so good. Like, yeah.
God, I just did that the other day. I can't remember where, but I leaned over and told the girl that she was so perfect with the way she did that. And Jackie was with me, and I was like, I just got to tell you, that was like unbelievably perfect the way you described that. I can't remember where I was, but it does throw, when you do that, they're like, oh, hey, thanks, No, it's a nice thing to do, man. That's what I like, though, when I get service. I say this, you repeat it, I pull up, it's there, we're done. Smooth, quick, fast. Oh, that's going to be a cool show, man. That's going to be a really cool show.
So I had a good time doing that. And, man, so we're on lockdown. That's what... we can't go to the zoo, but who's going to the zoo anyway? And that's it. It's what are we doing? We're bored.
So let me ask you... Let me ask you a question. I don't know if I was going to share this because it gets a little other business, but I need your opinion, all right? So the show that me and the other guy were writing for Rapaport, all right? We were writing a show. So the producer and everyone, they kind of liked this idea, and then talk had come up of, what about making it a movie instead? So they asked us to go back and, can you guys write a treatment to kind of extend it to make it more of a movie instead of a show? So we handed it in to Mike the other day, right? And again, I don't really know Rapaport. I met him once. Seems like a really nice guy, funny dude, good dude, And of course, I'm a big fan of his acting. So having said that, he emails back basically saying something like, really solid, fellas, or something like that, just something about liking it, but something simple. Not like, oh, I love it, over the top, right? So, God, I do this kind of shit all the time, dude. All I need to email back is something like, great, glad to hear it, look forward to all of us talking. I can't, right? I got to go, I say something about, we just got to figure out this and this, which is fine, And I go, this is where I go, but trust me, Mike, we're not going to make, this will be really good. Not one of those cheesy kind of mafia movies starring a Baldwin brother. Ha, ha, ha. And then I go, anyway, catch you later, bro. right? So then I'm hanging out with Jackie and last night, and I go, yeah, and then I emailed him and I said, and she goes, why do you gotta hit some, like, why do you gotta make fun of, like, I go, it's just a joke. It's like, you ever see a cheesy movie, like, and I go, holy shit, what if he, like, did a mafia movie with a Baldwin brother? So then I'm sitting there going, God damn, should I email him back going, hey, I don't know if you're friends with the Baldwins, I didn't mean it that way, or do I just let sleeping dogs lie, which I decided to do. I didn't do anything with it, but why do I always gotta write that extra thing?
I don't know. You have like no filter that way.
I know.
Like you don't know what he's done in the past, or maybe he likes those movies, or maybe his best friend is the Baldwin guy. So, I don't know.
And all I meant was like, we would never write you a cheesy movie. That's all I meant.
Yeah,
but if he doesn't,
that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, but now he could be sitting home with his wife going, what is it? He's making one me and Billy did together. That's one of my favorite ones. Fucking guy. I'm gonna call that. By the way, I haven't heard from him since. By the way, so I do have a feeling he called the producer and go, we got to shit can this one guy. I mean, I don't know what his little quips via email. We did Zoom with him once. He looked like he was in a dungeon. Fuck this guy.
Or he might have said, this guy's unbelievable writer. He literally writes in a dungeon. He doesn't come out until it's done.
Maybe he's dying laughing at the joke too. Even his emails, the Baldwin, what a line! What a line!
Oh man,
that's why. Like, I got me thinking, bro. Like, I find that to be a problem. Like doing that, and I have other little problems, right? Where I was like, wouldn't it be great if you could go to a psychiatrist for like the way you go get a massage? You go to a psychiatrist, like anywhere in town, like, oh, there's a psychiatrist up the block, and you pop in, you go, can I get a session today? And you pay them, and you sit down for an hour, but just to answer like one question, right?
Yeah.
Like I got a problem with like this might be an edit, but my dog, I can't even. Forget it. Forget it. I'm not even going there. But anyway,
oh god.
So I got nothing.
Oh god. All right, that's all the time that we have for today's show. I gotta hop on a Zoom call, and
all right, man.
Thanks for listening to the Pete and Sebastian show. We will be back at you next week with some more crazy fodder.
Yeah, good hanging, bro.
Take care.
Later.